Hello and welcome into the Knicks-Verse. My name is George, and if this is your first time here or you've been here before but have not subscribed yet, please do so, along with hitting that thumbs up button and dropping your comments. I love the comments, personally. You can notice I'm a little under the weather. I was sick all day yesterday, and maybe it was that discouraging win from Friday night. Well, yesterday it took me down. And it took a lot for me. Remember, I'm out here in the West Coast, so I have to get up extra early. Yeah, on a Sunday. Crawl out of bed to watch this game. And it started off unbelievably. The Knicks franchise record for first quarter in points. 48 points they scored. But something really tragic happened afterwards. Knicks ended up losing this game 145-135. A team scored on their home court 135 points and lost by double digits. I'm going to try to keep this brief just because, my energy level is a little low. So I'm going to try to get to my points quicker. In fact, now I'm stumbling. But this is what I wanted to show you guys. Let's go to this. So the second quarter. Come out and score 48 points. First quarter. Second quarter, come out and score 25 points. We lose that quarter by 18. Shocking. But it's not shocking when you look at the shooting. Look at that. 2 of 21 overall. 28.6%. Only hit one three-pointer. An Isaiah Hartenstein three-pointer. And that's it. Everybody else missed theirs. It wasn't like people were putting up tons of three-point attempts, but still. Didn't hit any, and it was really the defensive collapse. Because then when you look at what OKC did in that quarter, this is what they did. So we score 48 in the first quarter and then give up 43 in the second quarter. Look at this. They shoot 8 of 11 from the three-point line. They're not a great three-point shooting team. OKC, in fact, right now, they are, where is it here? They are 23rd in the NBA in three-point shooting. And that's including today's game. So they weren't 23rd previous. Knicks, if it weren't for the Lakers, the Knicks would be the worst three-point shooting team in the NBA. And I'm being perfectly frank. We shouldn't be. We should not be. Especially, what's happening with Fournier is kind of mind-boggling. And Grimes is still not up to speed. But still 32.5% from the three-point line overall. That does not make sense to me. But this story was a story not of offense. This was a story of a defensive collapse. Right there. There you see it. In fact, wait, let me go back to this here. We had 6 turnovers in that. Barrett. Terrible game from Barrett. I'll get to him later. Look at that. Terrible. Brunson, also terrible. He hurts us defensively. Hartenstein is nowhere near the defensive player that Mitch Robinson is, so that hurts us. We're missing Mitch. But still, that shouldn't be why this happened. I think this happened because of effort on the defensive end. That's why this happened. And not just effort, but also the way that they are taught to play defense on this team. It doesn't work right now. It doesn't work for the modern NBA. And let me get to this point here. It doesn't work because if you only care about protecting the paint, that's it, the rim and the paint. And the three-point line, yes, of course, you're going to say you defend it. But if you don't close out with real intensity to really disrupt the shooter, then what is it? It's nothing. You're just it's like for show, just going out there, putting the hand up for show. But if you're not out there doggedly defending that three-point perimeter, like the way we've seen Grimes do in the past, IQ does it. He's one of our best right now. When the whole team doesn't do it, and it's all structured to kind of just, if people get into the paint, we defend that intensely. Well, without Mitch Robinson, it's hard for us to do that now. It's hard. So the whole thing is kind of out of kilter. And even though, and this is an interesting thing, because even though the OKC are not necessarily a good three-point shooting team, but that approach to defense technically should work with a team like OKC. But the thing is, OKC is an outstanding team in the paint, especially with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who I believe scores more points in the paint than anybody, even more than Ja. So, and so then you have to look at the situations and say, okay, well, this team is superior at that, and this team is superior at that. So change your approach to give yourselves a better chance. Instead, no. Instead, we play the same approach to defense each time. And it burns us. Burns us tremendously. Here we go. So, next quarter. Okay, that's OKC. Then the third quarter. OKC scored 43 there. Look at this. Almost identical. 43 points in the third quarter. They shot 5 of 7 from the three-point line. 75% overall. They only missed 5 shot attempts in the entire third quarter. Meanwhile, the Knicks, nice third quarter. 33 points. 33 points is a shitload of points scored in a quarter. You know, we shot 10 of 20 overall. 3-point shot wasn't there for us. But normally, that would be enough to actually win a quarter. But not today, because the defense is in total disarray. And I can only blame, obviously the players, it's on them. Obviously, they have to put forth the effort and play together and trust each other. However, or play for each other, to cover for each other. However, like I said before, if the defensive scheme itself is flawed, then it's hard to overcome that as a team. And then when you start getting demoralized like this, and not only demoralized, but embarrassed in your home court, and you start hearing boos, it all starts crumbling in. Now, they made their little, of course, there's always going to be some comeback attempt at some point. Knicks did that, but it amounted to nothing. But look at Mr. Cam Reddish, leading scorer in the third quarter, 12 points, 5 of 6. He played an excellent game. Cam Reddish. All right, let's go back to this. All right, Cam Reddish, star of the day. Thank you, Knicks Muse, for tweeting these out. Cam Reddish today, 26 points, 10 of 17, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 steals, and 1 great block that I saw from that he blocked Shai Gilgeous as he was trying to go up for a layup. Excellent. It was like length versus length. Beautiful. And Cam won that battle. Emmanuel quickly was the second star of the game. And in some ways, maybe even the first star. The way he ran the offense, he gave them a jolt. His defensive play, got 3 steals. I believe those were all. Oh, I think those were all in the fourth quarter. Only 1 rebound for him, which is low. Usually he gets a lot of rebounds. Here he says he needs to be playing more. Absolutely agree with that. And then Evan Fournier. Evan Fournier had 0 points, 0 for 5, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. 0 assists, 0 steals, 0 blocks, but somehow he played more minutes than Obi Toppin and Quentin Grimes. Yeah. Ian Begley tweeted this out. Knicks are hearing some boos at home with OKC up by 11 and 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Thunder have hit 15 of 24 three-point attempts thus far and are shooting 70% from the floor overall. Brutal. And this is going to be the rest of this recap. I'm going to talk about this here. Blame Stolen tweeted this out. Who I love his Twitter accounts. He's very funny. Or she. I don't know. RJ has a bad game and only plays 19 minutes. Randall has had dozens of stinkers and still plays 30 plus minutes. How Thibs holds players accountable is truly insane. Now remember, RJ had a 30-point game just 2 nights ago, not even less than 48 hours ago. 35 and 5. And today, he's benched for the remainder of the game after he got into in that third quarter. Once he left the game in the third quarter, he never saw the court again, which I will say I am fine with. I don't have a problem with it. He was playing like shit. Maybe something's off with him. For all we know, maybe he has the beginnings of this cold that I have. I don't know. But does he do it with Randall? No. He will ride and die with Randall no matter what. Well, guess what? It's time to die. Yes, I'm talking about your head coaching tenure for the Knicks. I know I've called for it several times before, and each time I was correct. Each time, which is why we're here right now in this situation. Thibs has to be fired. Leon, you constructed a team for Thibs, for a man who coaches in a style that doesn't win in the NBA anymore. He says the right things. He wants guys to do the right things, but he doesn't motivate them in the right way to do them. And he does, and mostly it's because he doesn't hold his players truly accountable. He overreacts to when a younger player makes a mistake, and zero reaction when a Julius Randle blows a defensive cover 3-4 times in a row, where he walks up the ball when there's a guy open out on the wing, like a cam, and ignores him. Yeah. This whole idea that Randle needs to bring up the ball, it should be immediately outlawed, never to be seen from again. He's not that kind of guy. It's end that. Everybody knows if you double Randle, he's going to cough up the ball. That's why they double Randle. They don't double him because they're worried he's going to feast on them. They double him because they know it's an excellent defensive strategy because it fucks everything up for the team. That's why they do it. But somehow you still trust him. Fine. He actually had a decent statistical game, but his defense was absolutely trash tonight. OKC doesn't even have a real center out there. So where was small ball? How come we didn't see Randle with Obi together? It's been working recently. Nothing today. Grimes. Isn't he our defensive specialist out on the perimeter? Why does he come in only for a few minutes, never to be seen from again? When it's critical. He could have been helping guard SGA. But no. And then you go with Fournier the entire 12 minutes of the fourth quarter. I just have no words. I mean, I have tons of words to just said it, but at the end of the day, to me it means you just lack the awareness that is necessary in today's game to try and turn this team into a winner. OKC, I know we keep, we're like, oh, OKC. They're an up and coming team. I mean, you heard Mike Breen. Mike Breen had a huge boner for this team, for that backcourt. He kept talking about it like constantly. And he's right. Giddey and SGA are dynamic, creative passing. When they get into the lane, they just don't accept what the defense is doing. They try to exploit what the defense is doing. There's very few guys like that on our team that do that. IQ does it. Brunson does it to some extent. But today he had a terrible game. And that's another thing. You gave Thibs a tiny point guard. Thibs, who is a defense, supposedly defense is his most important thing. And for him, it starts with the point of attack. Brunson is a liability on the defensive end, especially against larger guards, which is exactly what OKC has. Giddey is 6'8", Shai is 6'6". Brunson was basically, he was basically irrelevant. Even though he did score, what did he score? 20 points? 17. 5 of 9. 7 assists. 24 points for him. Hartenstein also, he gets burned a lot. He doesn't have, he doesn't make the quick enough decision to get out on the perimeter. He loses his guy. It could be he's still trying to figure out the system that doesn't work anyway without Mitch Robinson. But, at some point, something's going to have to be done about him. And now Obi, yes, did Obi make some mistakes? Did Obi twice make some bad passes that resulted in turnovers? Yes. But 10 points, 2 of 3. He's the only one really hitting three-pointers. Wait, I think that's... Yeah, okay, sorry. The three-point shooting threw me off there. We ended up 10 of 31. 32.3%. That's even below our league, our season average. Yikes. But look at the plus minus. The worst plus minus on the team was Jalen Brunson. And we're going to continue to have this issue when we go up against the bigger guards. You know, the Indiana Pacers of the league, OKCs. It's going to be a problem. And I did appreciate Thibs going with IQ mostly in that fourth quarter because he was actually doing a good job. Even though he's 6'3", with that 7-foot wingspan, it really makes a huge difference. And he's just tenacious on the defensive end. Constantly trying to get steals, poking balls away. Just this kind of like helter-skelter approach. It's very disruptive, and I love it. He's come a long way. And you guys know I'm a huge IQ fan, but I'm not going to talk too much about him tonight. OKC, all 5 scorers in double digits. At one point in the game, about a quarter and a half in, there was like 105 points scored in the entire game. All players that had entered had scored, except for Fournier and Wiggins. All of them. Not one player had double digits by that point. It's wild how evenly balanced it was. Did not stay that way, obviously. So here we go. Points in the paint. We won that battle, but we lost the 3 points. We put up the same amount of 3-point shots, but they just shot the lights out. My God, look at that. 55 of 88, 62.5%. Now, is that going to happen every night? No, it's not. Wait, hold on. Sorry, thought I was going to sneeze. Is that going to happen every night? No, it's not. No, it's not. But when it's happening in front of you, you have to respond. I don't know. I would have had a different alignment at the end to try and slow that. Well, I would have done it in the third quarter to slow them down. Would have brought in Grimes earlier. I would have gone with a taller backcourt to deal with the height on their end. I might have gone with Obi and Randall earlier. So it might have been like an Obi, Randall, RJ, Cam, and Grimes. That might have been the 5 in that third quarter. See what happens there. See if we slow them down. See if we disrupt them. 43 points we gave up. We gave up two quarters back to back. We gave up 43 points. Now I saw Thibs was reaching. He was trying to find different alignments that work, but the ones he goes to are the wrong ones. 48? Come on. Just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's time to let him go. It's time to let him go. Put him and us out of our misery, and let's move forward and let's embrace the youth, which we are in some form. But let's trade Fournier. Let's get what we can get for him. Let's move on from Randall, and let's start looking towards building a winner for next season. Thank you for watching this. Thumbs up. Drop your comments. Subscribe if you haven't yet. I appreciate you sticking through this. Hopefully I'll feel better soon. Hopefully everyone else is feeling well. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And I hope this doesn't ruin it for you guys. But I will see you around the Knicks-Verse.